Hello guys, and welcome to this adventure of a filmmaking series. It's about starting a film company with friends and taking the next step as a freelance filmmaker. And yeah, it's quite a roller coaster ride making a company with friends. And we want to share our story with weekly episodes every Friday and hopefully inspire you guys to do the same. Working alone as a filmmaker can be really tough, especially nowadays with all the social media, people comparing themselves to others. I think it's more important than ever to meet people and create stuff together, collaborate.
Why don't we just start a production company? Just get all the people we like and just go for it.
This was going to be so much fun.
This room is going to be the studio.
Some of the people in the group I knew from before, some of them I hadn't even met before.
Out of the Cage Films, Wonder Boys, the Create Team. It's almost like the A-Team, but it's Create Team, you know?
So yeah, for a long time I think we disagreed a lot, but eventually we found views.
You know, the start of this company couldn't have been better.
Whoa! Is it really a good idea to spend all the money on a camera?
This was our huge chance to not make a fool of ourselves, and we made a fool of ourselves.
For so many years I worked alone, but now I'm here and I'm not going back.
Okay, have you ever felt that all the responsibility in the film project is on you? That you are doing basically everything and you have to overcome all the challenges yourself? Well, that's quite common, and I think that's one of the problems with working on your own. I've done that many times. You know, I don't want to bother anyone, I will just do everything myself. And that kind of worked when you were young and you were living at home with your parents and didn't have any expenses or anything. But things change as you get older, and now I'm 31 and it's been a roller coaster ride the past years. And the idea of this series is to show how we can take the next step and what happens when you make a production company to hopefully solve the problem of working on your own.
Nei, helt sykt. Det kanskje den største dagen i mitt liv.
My dream my whole life was to make a feature film, and I was lucky enough to be asked to make a feature film and direct a feature film in Norway in 2009. And I was just mind blown because yes, my dream is happening.
He was really young, like 21, and he was a little bit inexperienced, but he had a lot of passion and he was really motivational to work with. When the movie was done, it was actually really good. Sold a lot of tickets in the cinemas, sold a lot of DVDs and Blu-rays, and then it won the Amanda Awards. And I was like, okay, I'm definitely gonna work with Anders again.
Oh, this is crazy. I never in my life expected this.
So, you know, I couldn't be more happier with the project. But I felt there was something missing. I felt even though this was my dream. And I started looking back at one of the best memories I had of filmmaking in my entire life. And that was sitting at Eskil's place. You know, we had some pizza, had this idea storm or brainstorming of ideas. Next day went out shooting. You know, we found these sticks. We're so open. We didn't have anyone saying you need to do this or you need to do this. We can do anything.
I think it's fairly easy to see if something is made with passion or love for what they do. And Eskil and Anders had that. You can see it in the comment sections, you can see it in the views, of course, and yeah, it impacted me as well.
I think this freelance life took, it hit Anders a bit, and that he really wanted to feel that connection again and to feel the joy of making films.
I think having that fun with filmmaking will create something that can stand out. And people see when something is unique, something is feels natural, feels human, feels like this is made by someone who has experienced something and they want to tell it to us. Can we make income from making movies outside of YouTube, but still work as we do on YouTube?
So Anders and I had worked in the film industry for a while, and we shared offices together. So one day after lunch, we were talking a little bit, and I said, why don't we just start a production company? Just get all the people we like and just go for it.
Starting a production company was not something that I've been considering in the past. But once he mentioned it, it was like, yeah, that could be really cool.
I called Eskil and he said, yeah, I want to join. So suddenly we were Nikolai, Thomas wanted to join, Marius, Morten, Jörn.
And already from the start, when we got together and discussing this project, I think he and all of us, we got that really passionate about making films and these visions that we had for this company. Some of the people in the group I knew from before, some I didn't really know, some of them I hadn't even met before. The more we worked on this project together, the higher hopes I got and the more I believed in the company because we just got along so well.
Sjekker ut hvem som flinkest I sport for å vite hvem som skal få rolle I filmen.
Tappte vi?
Ja, men det var bra leinskrive.
I'm sure many of you can relate to just working by yourself, working alone. And it's when you discover how it's like to work with other people, yeah, the creativity, the productivity, everything just goes through the roof. And for so many years I worked alone, but now I'm here and I'm not going back.
We had a little team, we sat down, tried to find a name. It's hard, it's crazy hard.
They spend so much time on the name.
We spent a long time just coming up with mostly really bad names.
Creative pigeons to homemade films to
Dream Team, Out of the Cage Films, Dream Team, Wonder Boys.
So homemade film was an idea, but it sounded really unprofessional.
And yes, I agree, it's important at a later stage. Branding. Because if you see McDonald's and Apple, they could just as well sell batteries.
Wild Animal Films and the Create Team. I like that very much. It's almost like the A-Team, but it's Create Team, you know?
So yeah, for a long time I think we disagreed a lot, but yeah, eventually we found views.
So I remember laying in bed one night. It was a summer day. I was staring out the window. It was still bright outside, and I was just thinking about what do we do? And I was thinking about, you know, we were part of a YouTube community where views are unfortunately quite important, but there's more to a view than just a view. You know, you get good views and bad views, and getting the right views is the most important thing. You know, you want to get 10 good views instead of 1,000 sort of bad views about people that don't care. And for me, views is also when I do time-lapse photography, nothing is better than going on top of a mountain and get a spectacular view, and you get a view of our world in a way. And then suddenly I was like, what if we write it the Norwegian way, VJUS? And I just got out of bed and I went on my computer and I searched views online. And there was no proper hits, like there was nothing called views.
And everyone was like, views.
I don't think people from outside of Norway really understand that it's supposed to be said views. Some people say VJUS, but you know, it's fine. It is views.
It's a good name. It is. I'm happy we have it. Even some people call it VJUS.
We had a name, we had a crew, we knew our vision in a way. We wanted to be a democracy where every opinion is valued. But at the same time, if everyone disagree with each other, someone should have the last word and say, we should go for this. Morten became the CEO, and that fitted him quite well actually, because he likes to do paperwork, luckily.
I hate paperwork. Anders thinks I love paperwork, but I don't. But you know, I had the education, I had the motivation to drive this company, and you know, I took the responsibility. So we agreed that sort of Anders and I was gonna lead this, and Anders was gonna be like the face outwards in, you know, talking with clients and stuff, and I was gonna be more in the background, making sure that the budgets was followed and that we took responsible economic decisions and that kind of things.
Then came the process to kind of register our company. Vi registrerer firma. Shit. Okay, aksjekapital. It's not just a click on a button and you're suddenly a production company.
Yeah, you need to agree and sign on various documents, which I don't know how to say in English. So, yeah. It's a process. Anders, kan du fylle på kaffe?
Kaffe?
Ja.
Enda?
Takk.
Ja, fortsett det.
And when the registration of the company was done, the real work began.
It was now time to show the world who we are.
We needed to find customers. Not an easy job.
None of us are sellers, so...
Yes, some of us had worked together in the past, but not the whole team. So we needed to prove ourselves as well. Then, out of nowhere...
Skal jeg åpne mailen?
Yeah.
This big company contacted us.
Maybe not out of nowhere, but I had a connection.
Well, my girlfriend has connections. Suddenly she was contacted by a PR agency or something. They needed somebody to make a video. So she contacted Anders. And Anders, of course, saw the possibility to include the whole team. We couldn't quite believe our own eyes. Yeah, an amazing opportunity right off the bat.
This project could really give our company a great start.
It was only supposed to be done in less than 2 weeks.
We had to come up with basically the whole production, and it had to be done really well because N2 is a big company and we wanted to impress them.
Whoa, you are expensive. I'm never gonna work with you.